to my knee, and I'm gonna try to pop up and walk. I wanna try to walk that way, keep the grip, until my foot steps deep. Once my foot steps deep on the side of my partner's hip, see how now he's square. Him being square makes it a lot easier for me to reach back onto his foot, onto his toes, and for me to stuff his leg. Never try to hop over. Try to step back, stuff in, step back ahead. Now, one thing you guys gotta really pay attention, I've been noticing some mistakes with this, is we want to go to the hip smash, right? And I know all of you guys know how to do hip smash. It's just a little detail on my knees. I'm going to get a second collar grip or a bell grip, whatever I like better, and I start walking over there. Now, I saw a lot of you guys doing this. You kept the left knee the way it is, and you brought the right knee over kind of the right way, right? But you see how here, even when I do it right, when I put my knee over Meow's grip, how I'm having to post my hand on the ground so I don't fall. That's because my other knee kept facing the other direction. So one thing you gotta try to do once you walk enough and he's turned that way, is to turn both of your knees. And your back knee touches the ground a second before your front knee does. So as I'm going down, this knee touches the ground. Now this one touches the ground going over, and I can just kick out and break free. And don't rush on passing, backstepping, nothing like that. Just make sure you're landing, covering his hip. My knees are over his legs and over his hip over here. My hand is hugging the waist, my head is on the chest, and I'm still securing the collar, okay? So I want you guys to do in the beginning, and then we'll add up a pass from there for the top guy, and a reaction from the bottom guy as well. So Meow starts. Remember, when you're going straight into the ringworm, you push back, wrestle up, sit, get your foot through, feet are tight, fall on your side, try to get your heel in. Well, top person, you're gonna feel really stuck, so I start using my collar grip just so I can kind of anchor my weight on him and not be moved around. Start rising up, and I try to walk. Make sure your foot is stepping deep on the side of his hip. The more you make him turn that way, the easier it's gonna be for you to stuff it in, and the easier it's gonna be for me to keep walking. Now here, when I'm ready to go, turn the toes. This knee's gonna touch the ground behind his legs a second before my second knee touches the ground over his grip, and I can start just hugging the waist, keeping my head on the chest, and kicking out so I break free. Okay, so little details, guys, just so we make sure that we do it perfect. Settle on that hip, don't worry about passing, and then we'll get back with the back step out and my partner's reaction in case you stuff the leg as well. Okay, let's go. Partner up. 1, 2, 3. A little bit. Sometimes I'm really stuck over here and I feel like I just can't walk over there. Depending on how my partner has the control, you could reach his foot from here. You might not be able to reach with your hand, but sometimes when he has it really tight, I can slide my forearm in there, right? Just make sure, guys, that no matter if you're using the hand, if you're using the elbow, that you try to get on the toes. When I get my elbow in, I kind of push onto his toes, or I get my hand, I push onto his toes on this angle. It's kind of like a heel hook angle, right? It's legal to do, but it's a little bit harder for him to resist. So especially if you're on the side has it really tight, sometimes you can slip just your forearm in there, and you're gonna do the same, keep it tight. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna open up backwards, stuff it in. The only thing is that because I didn't step on the side of the hip, now I'm gonna have to walk more, right? If I square it off with me over here, he's square with me. So if I try to go that way into a leg hip smash like we're doing, it's too far. I would have to go up, walk, 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 and then when I get here, same thing. You guys been doing this really well. Dropping the back knee, going over so that I can break, right? Now, I want you guys to work on something simple, but a little bit faster, right? So a lot of times when you get here, Meow can go about this a couple ways, right? He can be a little bit slower and try to work his way out, or he can try to explode right away. This is a bad position. So a lot of times when I get here, he can have a natural reaction of arching himself back. And if that's the case, I want you guys to back step off. You don't have to do much. You're just going to drive this knee in and step the other leg out, and then following, getting on your knees, settling on the side. So especially as you get used to going there, not try to beat your partner if you're the bottom guy, but try to react right away so that they're alert, right? First you want to settle down, and if you stay there for long, you can start building the pass, go to the leg weave, really trap them, but if they react quickly, it's fine. If I go, boom, you react, you try to step out and fall. So that's the only thing I want you guys to work on the top of it there. If you're more familiar, been dealing with the lapel longer, you can even add this. Me and Andrew were talking about it this morning as well. If you do get here, like I stuffed, and I didn't walk there at all, the long step can be a good way to go about getting out to this side. Just think about it this way. If I long step over here, I'm not going to be able to step my leg out. It's going to be hard because the grip is very strong. So the motion of just kicking out, it's going to be hard. So when I drop on the side into this long step, my goal is not even to make this kick powerful. I want to make Meow unable to kind of keep this grip. So how? I'm going to drop my ear on his chest. I'm going to pull him in really hard, and I'm going to stop here. Because now, instead of trying to kick all at once, it's hard for me now to stay on me, because if he tries to keep turning in, I'm going to keep driving my head, pulling the collar, and I could work my way out, breaking this grip with the help of my hand, and now turn this into something, maybe turn back into a knee cut. I don't want to go too much about it, but just so you guys have that in mind as well. What was the other thing that I want you guys to practice as the bottom guy? I talked about this, but I didn't explain it much, which is an option in case we get stuffed. So if I'm here Meow stuffs my leg, I personally like to try to sit up. So you see how I post my hand and my foot? Just so I can scoot and find a shin to shin. Now, if I have shin to shin, I don't have to bail on this. I'm just gonna load Meow on top of me. I'm gonna use my grips and slide in. See how my leg's extended? Make sure that as you're pulling it, that you're bending this leg so that you can kick your leg through. And then now, we're on a X guard, single leg X scenario, where it's better for me to do something. So work on those two things. The same setup for the top guy, going onto my hip and passing. And then after that, I play lapel. Meow works on stuffing my leg. I sit up right away, make space, go shin to shin, and try to turn this into an X guard for me, so that even if I lose that perfect lapel setup that I had, I'm still moving on. It's something that I can control and attack. Okay, so to work on those guys, if you want to give it a try to do the long step to the other side that I talked about, you can do it too, but more focus on the other hip smash and the bottom guy shin to shin option. Okay, let's go guys. 1, 2, 3, let's do it. An advantage because you're going to have a very good lapel grip, but I don't want the hip to be free. So we're going to start here on the ringworm control, but Meow is going to have the collar grip, and he's going to start with his foot already on the outside of my hip, right? So when you're on top, guys, you don't need, honestly, to be too fast if you can secure this position. So how can you secure this position? Making sure that you're stepping deep, so the foot doesn't want to be far back. Meow should just step back. Like he's on the side, but if he's back, look how easy it is for my hip to come back, and now for me to regain control. So make sure you're stepping, almost like blocking my hip so I can get out, so that you're locking his elbow to your knee. That's going to make it a lot easier for you to secure this position and now be able to stuff my leg, start beating my controls, right? For the bottom person, the sooner you get your hip out, the better, guys. So your little heel leg here, the hanging leg, can help you extend. You can use the collar grip to try to snatch Meow down. Once you turn back this way, and now you have the ability of using this foot on the hip, it's going to be a lot harder for Meow to get back to that control. Okay, so we're starting on ringworm. Only grip that I'm going to have behind my partner's leg, a strong grip, but I want the top guy to have the foot starting on the side of the hip, so you guys take advantage of that as the top guy and try to beat it, and so you guys deal with that as the bottom guy as well. Okay, like you always do, guys. We start here, the goal is for us to score, but if Meow postures up and I lose my grip, but I'm still playing guard, keep going until someone's there. Okay, let's go, guys. 1, 2, 3.